In recent days, the South Korean public to the international was shocked by a moment captured on camera by accident. Cha Eun-woo, an actor, singer, and member of the boy group ASTRO who is currently serving his military service, was seen at a simple restaurant in the city of Seoul. To his surprise, he was still wearing his military clothes complete with inherent attributes, while holding his cell phone in his hand with a serious face as if he was waiting or anticipating something. The portrait, which quickly circulated on social media, instantly became the subject of heated discussion. Who exactly was Cha Eun-woo waiting for that night? This incident not only caused curiosity, but also gave rise to various speculations. Some say Eun-woo is just waiting for his military comrades. Others argue that he is waiting for his family. And some even suspect that the handsome star may be waiting for someone very special in his life. The fact that Eun-woo was seen holding a mobile phone, occasionally looking down at the screen, then looking up at the restaurant door with a hopeful look, led many to believe that this meeting had more meaning than mere coincidence. This phenomenon also became the spotlight of local and international media. ARMY, Aroha, ASTRO fans, to the global K-pop community highlighted the moment with various opinions. Not a few also compare it to similar moments experienced by other Korean celebrities who are undergoing military service, where the visit of family or close friends is always a moment full of emotion and public attention. But in Cha Eun-woo's case, this mystery seemed deeper as his expression seemed to hint at something more personal. An eyewitness who happened to be in the restaurant revealed to the media that Eun-woo was sitting alone in a corner of the room, accompanied only by a glass of mineral water and a portion of food that he had not touched. Every now and then he looks at the phone screen, types a short message, then waits again. The atmosphere describes a feeling of waiting patiently, like someone who is waiting for the arrival of an important person. He looked calm, but his eyes clearly showed that he was waiting for someone, the witness said. Of course, this sparked a long debate. Some fans speculated that Eun-woo was waiting for his mother, as many stories from celebrities mention that family support is the most valuable thing when serving in the army. There is also speculation that he is waiting for a friend or even other ASTRO members who take the time to meet him. However, the most widely discussed theory is the possibility that Eun-woo is waiting for someone with whom he has a more intimate relationship, perhaps a close friend, or even someone who is being linked as a potential partner. The South Korean media is silent. Several major entertainment outlets dropped investigative articles to try to uncover who Eun-woo was actually waiting for that night. However, until now, there is no definite answer. HYBE, Fantajo, and the military have not provided official information related to the moment. The silence of the relevant parties actually adds spice to the mystery and strengthens public curiosity. The international fans were no less excited. On Twitter, the hashtag #EunWooWaiting had been trending for hours, with thousands of tweets containing speculation, memes, and detailed analysis of who the idol might be waiting for. Some fans even tried to match the schedules of those closest to Eun-woo, including family, friends, and even other celebrities who once looked familiar to him. What makes this situation even more interesting is the fact that Cha Eun-woo is known as a figure who rarely shows his personal life in public. He always maintains a professional image and is almost never seen involved in scandals or excessive romance gossip. Therefore, such a simple moment as waiting in a restaurant with a mobile phone in hand has become so significant for fans, as if giving them a glimpse into the personal life of the star. Not a few fans also thought that Eun-woo might just be waiting for the driver or his bodyguard to pick up. However, the hopeful expression of his face, plus the fact that he appears to repeatedly look at the door of the restaurant, make the theory considered too simple to explain the real situation. A Korean media analyst even mentioned, if it was just waiting for the vehicle, Eun-woo wouldn't have shown such an intense expression. His expression was more like someone waiting for a loved one. Speculation continues to grow. Some gossip media tried to associate Eun-woo with several actresses who had starred with him. The name of Moon Jae-young, her co-star in the drama True Beauty, was mentioned because of the closeness of the two on the screen. But so far, there is no hard evidence to suggest that Jae-young was present at the restaurant. Other names such as AOA's Seolhyun, who was once involved in promotional projects with Eunwoo, are also on the speculation list. However, most fans think the issues are just guesses without a clear basis. On the other hand, there are those who see this moment from a simpler but more meaningful perspective. Eunwoo might just be waiting for his older brother or another family member whom he has rarely seen since entering the military. For a young soldier who has to be separated from his family for quite a long time, the opportunity to meet his family, even if only briefly, can be a very emotional moment. Whatever the answer, one thing is certain. The portrait of Eunwoo at the restaurant has managed to shake the hearts of many people. The public saw the human side of a big star, who behind the camera's glare and immense popularity, it turned out, could also sit alone, waiting for someone meaningful in her life. This mystery seems to teach us something. That even celebrities as famous as Cha Eun-woo have personal moments filled with longing and hope. The world may wonder who he is waiting for, but only Eun-woo and that person know the answer. Cha Eun-woo, whose name is almost always synonymous with the spotlight of stage lights, perfect face, and brilliant career, suddenly presents a side rarely seen by the public. One photo circulating on social media, showing him sitting in a simple restaurant in the city area, wearing full military uniform, with a serious expression while holding a cell phone, became the center of attention of thousands of pairs of eyes. Not because he was eating with an important official, not because he appeared at an official event, but because he seemed to be waiting for someone who did not come, or maybe someone who meant a lot to him. This simple sight actually shook the hearts of many people. That night, according to the testimony of several people in the restaurant, the atmosphere was so ordinary that Yoonwoo's presence attracted attention. With the strapping posture typical of a soldier, he entered slowly, greeted the servant politely, then chose to sit in the corner of the room. Not much to say, just order a glass of mineral water and a plate of simple food. However, from the beginning it was clear that he did not really want to eat. His hand barely escaped from the phone. He typed a short message, waited for a reply, then raised his head every time the door of the restaurant opened, as if expecting someone to come in and approach him. One of the customers sitting at the next table recounted that Eunwoo looked a little agitated, although his face remained calm. He occasionally sighed, looked down, then looked back at the phone screen. From the expression on his face, it can be read clearly that he has high hopes for something or someone that he is waiting for. He looks like an ordinary young man who misses someone, not a big star. It was very touching, said the witness. Social media is full of speculation. Many guessed that Eunwoo was waiting for his mother. The relationship of a child with his mother is always the most emotional thing, especially in the middle of the draft when the opportunity to meet the family is very limited. Some fans believe that Eunwoo is waiting for his family to come to visit, and that hopeful expression is an unbearable longing. However, others suspect that the moment was more than just a family reunion. Female names once associated with Eunwoo have sprung up in public discussion. Some mention Moon Jae-young, her co-star in True Beauty. Others associate her with several celebrities she has worked with. Although there is no concrete evidence, these speculations further extend the list of mysteries about who the idol is actually waiting for. His expression was not an expression of waiting for family, but more personal. One netizen commented on Twitter, sparking thousands of replies and debate. Interestingly, neither the management nor the military gave an official statement regarding the photo. It is precisely their silence that makes the public even more curious. If it's just waiting for the driver or fellow soldiers, of course,